Hey guys, here I am standing in front of the hospital that I was born at in San Antonio, Texas, and I am so excited to be here today because this is where my story begins. Now, most of you guys don't know this part of my testimony, but I was born premature. Around 7.5 months pregnant, my mom got really sick, and despite the doctor's efforts to help fix the situation, they told her that the only way to save her life was to go ahead and induce labor, which meant that I was born 2 months early. And as you can imagine, that came with a whole list of complications. I was born without a stomach. I only had one half of one lung developed. I didn't have any fingernails or eyelashes, amongst a whole list of other complications. So the doctors told my parents that this was an impossible situation with no hope, and they began really preparing them for the inevitable, telling my dad that he needed to go ahead and start making funeral arrangements because they were positive I wasn't going to make it through the first day. But around 8 a.m., about 8 hours after I was born, in one last desperate attempt to save my life, they rushed me down the streets to another hospital that specialized in neonatal care. So my dad came down from the hospital room and he parked right here on this street so that he could meet the ambulance driver and follow them to the other hospital. And while they were waiting for me to come down, the ambulance driver came up to my dad and said, "You'll know the severity of this situation by how fast I drive." And my dad says that as soon as I came out that door, the ambulance was gone and there was no way that he could even keep up. But despite what the doctor said was an impossible situation, we know that with God, all things are possible. And it makes me even more excited to be able to stand here today and tell you that they were wrong. The doctors got it wrong, and I have lived a healthy life. I have no health problems. God came through and protected me from this situation, and He had a purpose for me. And I want to encourage you that if you are living and breathing, that God has a purpose for you too. And I encourage you to find it, because there is no better way to live your life than to be living it, fulfilling the purpose that God has for you.